Hello, and welcome to another exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host. Well, we are now in the last week of Hit UV. So I got this and one more coming up on Tuesday. So I will have the last episode upload Tuesday before the end of the year. So we're taking a look at the second to last movie I'm covering on the channel. So continuing with DreamWorks, we are taking a look at a movie with Ben Affleck, James Gandolfini, Christina Applegate, Catherine O'Hara, and I'm walking you to my review of Surviving Christmas from 2004. Now, Surviving Christmas is a movie I've seen before, oddly enough, on VHS. So this was the last movie I saw. Sorry about that, guys, but this is the last movie I saw on VHS in 2004. Did not see this in theaters. Now, this is a Christmas comedy, and it, in my opinion, is a fun Christmas comedy. This is actually directed by Mike Mitchell, who's actually directed a couple of films that I'm well familiar with. His directorial debut was the 1999 Rob Schneider comedy Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. He also directed Sky High and the third installment in the Alvin and Chipmunks live-action films, Chipwreck. So he would later join DreamWorks again in their animation division, directing Trolls, Shrek Forever After, and the recent Kung Fu Panda 4, which came out last year. Wow. So, what did I think of this film? Like I said, this is a fun Christmas comedy. Let's talk about Surviving Christmas. So, let me go ahead and read the plot as I usually always do. It's madness, mischief, mayhem when rich executive Drew Litham decides to rent himself a family for the holidays. Trying to spend Christmas alone, Drew makes the Vacalos an offer they should have refused. Now their annoying guests and his outrageous demeans are turning their Noel into a nightmare. And this hilarious slapstick comedy that puts the fun in family dysfunctionation. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So yeah, this movie, although I didn't know this, but Betty Thomas produced this movie, who I think she would go on to direct one of the Alvin and Chipmunks movies, just like Mike Mitchell did. So, yeah. So, this movie is fun. Right off the beginning, we see the Andy Williams song, Wonderful Time of the Year. I think that's the name of the song. Wonderful Christmas Time. So something like that. So, we actually get a small but brief Tom Kenny, yes, SpongeBob himself, playing a guy who wraps the gifts. So, at one end, he only has... Sorry about that again, guys. I do apologize. So, he's now realized that he has no family left. So, he meets a woman who basically... She says, let's go to Fiji for the holidays. And he's in favor of saying, let's go to... I believe it was Fiji. I think it was. To spend Christmas there. But then he realizes family is more important. So now he's all alone. So he's trying to find people to go spend the holidays. So right when he gets to the airport, he meets up with Stephen Root, who has a very brief role as the man who suggests try living with a family. Then all of a sudden he discovers the house. Enter James Gandolfini. Yes, Tony Soprano plays the father of the family that basically now they're trying... He now finds him out there lighting a paper on fire, then smacks him with a shovel, which is absolutely hilarious. So now they put him in the house, and all of a sudden the craziness happens. And now he decides, I'm going to give you a hefty amount of money. I think it was $720,000, I do believe. So now they have no choice but to let him in the house. But Catherine O'Hara, who's the mom, decides that's not a good idea. So they had to work it out, and he has to do exactly what's on the contract until Christmas Day. So then there's there's the youngest, his son, who's sort of like the outcast. He's in his room on porn sites. So he's a big porn fanatic. If you hear dogs barking, I do apologize down there. We'll just ignore the dogs barking, guys. So right off the bat, we see basically now Christina Applegate, who is the middle child, who basically now she finds him just crazy. Now they'll have no idea but to send the brother. Now he's living in the brother's room. So now he's living on the couch, and then all of a sudden we get Doodah, who's Ben Affleck's character's grandfather. Bill Macy plays the actors trying to be his grandfather. So yeah. So he's actually pretty funny. The whole movie, he's funny in it too. The whole cast is just absolutely hilarious. It's one of those comedies you'll just laugh out loud. This is kind of like, I'll tell this way. Ben Affleck's character is similar to Buddy the Elf and Elf. Not to compare, they're two different movies. But it's sort of that fit. I don't want to say it's a fish out of water story, but it's a fun story. It's a fun story and I think Ben Affleck is very funny. James Gandolfini, I like him. I wish he would have done more comedy, especially holiday movies, because he's that heartwarming guy than just the Tony Soprano character. He's essentially more of a humble guy, but it's great to see his character with a beard. So James Gandolfini with a beard. So it works out, and the movie is hilarious, and I love it gets right to the sincereness at the end. I'm not going to tell you how this ends, but it has a heartwarming story, and it's just more or less Christmas is about what the holiday is. Not going to tell you anything else about that. I think I mentioned. This movie is flat out funny. The characters are so likable. Ben Affleck to me has a charm of doing a comedy, and the ending has his heart where it is like you think he's going to use them, but he's near the end they feel like he's using them, but you'll have to just watch it because the younger brother gets traumatized. There's a scene in it though. His mom goes for a photo shoot, but the photo shoot lands on a pornographic site, so he's now traumatized. The grandfather's a stand-in, so what does he do? He takes the whole computer, chucks it down off there. Yeah, there's also another scene where Ben Affleck tries to slide on the railings, but the railings get destroyed, so they have to duct tape it. I relate to this movie sort of similar to my family. My family was a lot like that, but they weren't a lot like, oh, crazy person goes in the house and has to spend Christmas. But the heart is right at the end of the movie, and it has to do with sincereness. After a while, I forget Christina Applegate's character, but they go toboggan riding, and they chicken out. The brother's like, oh, I'm going to wait on the helicopter. Oh, the one scene I did like is where Doodah comes in, and the youngest son is like, where am I going to sleep? What do? They throw him in the shed. So now he's sleeping in a cold shed. First he goes from the bedroom, then to the living room. Don't mind the dogs barking, guys. Those are my dogs barking. Go down there, and then he's in the shed. So I do like this. Movie, and the heart at the end is how it ends. Oh, I forgot to mention the scene that after they go from the toboggan ride, the two of them eventually bond, and eventually the two of them fall in love. So it's a classic. It kind of has a very 90s feel, but not really 90s. If that's what I'm trying to explain. I actually got this movie at a Dollar Tree in Pittsburgh. I was in Pittsburgh the one day. I was visiting my aunt in Pittsburgh, and we stopped by Dollar Tree, and I saw this like Surviving Christmas. I'm like, well, this is a reissue cover. The original cover was good. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. At the end of the day, Surviving Christmas is a fun movie. I feel like this movie is a Christmas classic for a reason. It's fun, it's funny, the characters are likable. I love that this movie just goes in the zany slapstick. This movie totally bombed, and I went on Letterboxd and there were like hardly less reviews. There are more like 2 1-star movies. But mind you, it's not going to be a 2 or 1-star movie. I'm going to kind of give that a hint. But if you haven't seen Surviving Christmas, definitely check this movie out. Like I said, I watched this on VHS and I remember this much, but I never watched this DVD until I got this a couple years back. This is actually a 2017 reissue from Paramount. So yeah, if you haven't seen Surviving Christmas, check this movie out. It is a ton of fun. Funny, Ben Affleck is so likable. He's that total goof. I mean, come on. That scene alone, that's the scene with the shovel, is just absolutely hilarious from start to finish. So yeah, let's go ahead and rate this right now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Surviving Christmas a 4 out of 5. I thought the movie still was a ton of fun. It was great. It's funny. It's humble. It's definitely a movie that's definitely watch. So yeah, check out Surviving Christmas. I'm going to have to wrap it up really quick, guys. Check out Surviving Christmas. It's definitely, in my opinion, it is a Christmas classic indeed. So that's my review of Surviving Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like the content channel, like, comments, subscribe, click the bell, ring the bell to get the video notifications so you don't miss a single video. I'm on Letterboxd, guys, so I rate the movies before I review them. And yeah, we're almost down. Like I said, we got one more review after that before I close out Hit UV. So check out Surviving Christmas. Definitely a Christmas classic for sure. And that's it, guys. And as always, keep watching those Universal movies. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.